Look at this. Lighting is just giving me all kinds of shady boots. Boring. It's just boring stuff that nobody cares about. Look how seamless this is, like a commercial light. Hey guys, what is the date today actually? It is February 9th and I am going to attempt to do an actual writing vlog because I'm actually writing my book or working on my book. I actually started a little one in January because I said I wanted to start to do monthly vlogs instead of weekly, and then my friend Moon suggested I add in reading to that, so I was like, yeah, I'll do that. And then I recorded like 2 days at the end of January and it just didn't work out. But I'm trying it again here for February, even though it is 9 days in and I have done some writing and reading since then. There's no time like the present to start. So yeah, so here I am. It's Sunday. I'm in some jammies and I'm comfortable and I'm actually working on my book. So what I want to do is just kind of like how Alexa Dunn does, where she just kind of shows a month vlog of like her reading and writing, and I'll try to update you as much as I can. Let me back up just a little bit, just because I didn't do any in January. I read 3 books in January that were really good. Or did I read 2 books in January that were really good? I know I read 2 that were really good. So maybe I'll just say that. I read Karen McManus's sequel. I always forget which name is which, but I think it's One of Us is Next. Anyway, fantastic. 5 stars. And then I read The Hate You Give, which I just hadn't read yet. I knew I would love it. I just hadn't gotten around to it. Read it, loved it, 5 stars. So that was basically what I read during January. So now we're in February. I've already read 1 book. Well, when I say read it, I like listen to them, you know, on audiobook. I listened to, Tweet Cute. Hands down, like one of my new favorite contemporary YA books. 5 stars for sure. Love it, highly recommend. So cute. It's hard for me to do reading vlogs like in the moment because I usually read them, like I listen to them at work, so I can't really film at work, and then I usually get them done in like a day or 2. So, but I am currently listening to, I just started on Friday at work and only listened a little bit to Becky Albertalli's new book. She co-wrote it with someone that I can't remember the name, but it's Yes, No, Maybe So. So I love Becky's books. I love Becky. She's good friends with my brother, and you know, we have you know, an acquaintanceship or anything. But anyway, I love her books. I love everything she writes, so I'm really excited to listen to this one. So that's where I am with reading. Now for writing, I have, okay. It's been a while since I've done a vlog, so like, it's weird like talking to the camera again, but let me see. Okay, so you guys know I'm still working on Beware of Monsters. I'm in the 2nd act currently. And I was on the fun and games section, and I've just been kind of like, I don't know, lacking some motivation. Just, I've been writing this book for so long, and like no one's read it or knew anything about it really. Because I tell Kevin so much, I've been trying to like not tell him about it so that there are things that are surprises when he reads the book so I can get his genuine reaction. So like the only person is my husband. And so like I just really was feeling like I needed somebody else to read it. Just like someone that didn't know the story, right? Like someone outside of like Kevin or my husband or whatever. So my friend Cassidy, some of you may know her from our live chats, her screen name is MD. She offered to read the 1st act because I had gone over it several times, probably 4 or 5 times. I know it still needs some work, but like, I just like, yeah, so I felt like I needed some feedback from somebody to, I don't know, I thought maybe that would give me like a push to get back into it, although I was very nervous. It's the first time someone's read my work in years. So anyway, she read it. She took about a week. It was about 45 pages long, which is kind of a short 1st act. Like I said, I need to work on it. Mostly like description and stuff, because I'm a very like not terse. I underwrite. So anyway, she read it, and about a week later, she gave me some feedback, and it was like fantastic feedback. Like, it was so good, and it wasn't just like, oh, this is good, or this is bad. It was like, she asked really good questions. She made some really good, like, it was mostly like in the form of questions, which is really good. It was like, well, why has this not come up before? Or why is she reacting like in this way? Or what happened with this? And those were so good. You guys, like, I highly recommend when you're reading other people's work to really kind of form them in questions, because it got me thinking and it really helped me, and I'm fixing so many things in the 1st act, but not like it's not like it needs to be rewritten or anything, but I'm changing just some like fundamental, like, because the first act is like the foundation of the story and like the background, and this is going to like enhance it, I feel like, and make some of the other things make sense later on in the book. So I was kind of like struggling, do I want to stop working on Act 2, go back and make the changes? I'm in like a scene, a rewrite of a scene, because I'm in revisions of Act 2, so I worked a little bit on that, but then today, or well actually yesterday at work during my lunch, I really just was like, okay, I have all these thoughts about how I'm gonna make these changes based on Cassidy's feedback. I really just need to go and work on that. So I know I'm spending a lot of time. This is not like what they recommend to like work in this way like I am, but I'm going back and I'm fixing Act 1 just so that I feel like it'll be good to go clean so I can full on into Act 2, and Act 2 will reflect the stuff from Act 1, if that makes sense, like the changes. So what I did was Cassidy gave me like a page of like actual just typed up like overall notes, but then of course she also made like in-text comments. And what I was really gonna do, because I've just been reading this over on the computer the whole time I've been working on revisions, and I was just gonna kind of like look at her notes and go into my computer and fix it. But I was like, you know what, I'm gonna print these out and I'm gonna make in-text like notes for myself of things to fix and then go back. And I'm gonna tell you guys, I'm so glad I did this, because not only am I going to like, let's see where you can see it, like where Cassidy made like a suggestion, but I'm actually just like reading a bunch of stuff later that I'm like, oh, I'm gonna change this, I'm gonna change this, I'm gonna fix this. I'm telling you that if I would have read this on the computer back, I've read this so many times that I probably just would have like skimmed over it and been like, yeah, that's good. Like I've already went over that paragraph 5 times, you know? So I feel like reading it on paper, like I have like, look, I have like so many notes of like things I want to change, that some were inspired by Cassidy's comments and then some were just like because I'm reading it back over. And so like it's gonna make it so much better. Like I highly recommend printing it out. And I kind of like that I only did it as like the first act, because then I don't feel overwhelmed. I don't have 400 pages that I'm going through and making changes. So yeah, so that's what I'm working on tonight. I'm basically just reading through the 45 or so pages that I had sent to Cassidy that she gave me comments on, and I am making comments in the margins and then, or like in the text. And then once I'm done with this, then I'll go in and make those changes to the actual like version that I'm working on. So yeah. So that's what I'm doing, and yeah, so that's what I'm gonna be doing for the rest, well, not the rest of the night, but you know what I mean, that's what I'm gonna be doing for a while. Here tonight is basically just going through and making some notes. Yeah, so I feel like I've caught you up with what's going on, and I'm gonna tell you that having her read it, because I've just been working on this book for over a year now without anyone reading it, and I really just needed that, because I'm feeling confident in it again when I was really not. I was really feeling like, why am I spending so much time in this? Like, this book is not gonna go anywhere. No one's gonna be interested in this. Like, I don't know, and just having someone read it and like give me feedback and give me some like a boost of confidence in it again, and like me, like being able to see the value in it again was really like, yeah, like I'm feeling really good about this, and I really like want to work on it. And I really think that this, you know, I think this could be a good book. I think, you know, I was not feeling like, okay, I was always feeling like I liked the story, but I wasn't really confident that this could actually get me an agent or something. But now I'm kind of like, okay, maybe it could, maybe, we'll see. Okay, I need to stop talking about it and get to it. So I'm gonna make some more notes. Okay guys, it is now the end of the night, and I have done quite a bit of note taking on my pages, and I ran and got us dinner. We watched all the skits from RuPaul on Saturday Night Live. So good, love him. And then I also filmed my next AuthorTube video. It's an AuthorTube confession video. Yeah, so it's been a pretty productive night. I think what I'm gonna do is, it's getting close to my bedtime. Well, it's honestly past my bedtime, but Sunday nights I always go to bed a lot later because I slept in during the weekend, so it's hard to go back to sleep. So I think what I'm gonna do is maybe try to edit that video real quick. Shouldn't take much editing because it's just me rambling. And try to get that done tonight so that I can maybe post that video tomorrow, if not Then I'll go up Tuesday. But yeah, so that's it for tonight. I will update you again sometime again this month. Hopefully sooner rather than later. But yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling really confident in my writing, something I haven't felt in a while. So hopefully that stays the course. We'll see. But for now, good night. Hey guys, it is, oh, what day is it actually? It is Tuesday, February 18th, and I feel like I haven't updated my February vlog recently for various reasons. A big reason is I haven't been doing as much writing. I'm still working on my pages that I got from the critique partner. That's mainly what I've been working on. But I've been talking out some of the ideas, and every time I have a little bit of extra time, I've bbeen, you know, working on this. I haven't had a lot of time lately. We have a lot of stuff going on life-wise right now. And also right now I'm sick. So today's the first day I've been able to work on it in a few days. So I thought I'd update you guys with what was going on. What I am going to do though, starting tonight, it's a little convoluted, I know. But maybe this might help people, or maybe it's like this will be like a warning, like what not to do. For whatever reason, it works for my brain. So I have my rough draft in one document in Scrivener. And then my revision, which will also have like whole new sections, is in a second document. So what I do is when I get to like, because I've moved everything around too, so I wanted to have the original version separate. So anytime I'm coming to like a scene that I've already written, I just copy it out of the first doc, you know, like whatever, and put it into the second one and work from in there. So that way the first one is the rough draft, pristine, unchanged. And I've been working in draft 2 and all the like going back over stuff, all of it staying in 2. That's why it's like 2-ish, because even though it's 2, it's not like it's only the second time I went through it. My act 1 I went through like 5 times in draft 2. Sorry, I need something to drink. So now, as I told you guys before, I have decided to start sending sections to a critique partner, and I'm gonna be, excuse me, so nasty and so rude. I'm gonna start making some changes to my story based on critique partner's feedback. That is going to go in a new draft version, technical version 3. So it's gonna be a whole new document. So I'm going to be working back and forth between sections 2 and 3. So when I'm working on this stuff, when I'm making these changes, that'll happen in 3. And then when I want to keep going along in Act 2, I'm going to work in version 2. Once I get to like a stopping point, which I think I'm going to go to the midpoint, I think, is where I'm going to stop and then send, because I originally sent the critique partner Act 1. So I think the next section I'll send is Act 2, the beginning of Act 2 to the midpoint. So once I get there, I'll send that to her. And then keep working along in version 2, you know, with changes I initially planned to make. And then when I get feedback from her, I'll make those changes to that section into version 3. Does that make sense? Because I know that I'm on a lot of, like, Dayquil. So basically, when I want to work on these revisions for Act 1, I'll be working in version 3. And when I want to continue on the story past Act 1 and the other things that need to be revised still with my original revision plan, that will be in version 2. So I'm going to be going back and forth between those documents. That's just how I want to work, because I'm thinking a lot about these comments. So I really want to start working on them, but I also want to continue on. I don't want to just forever be working on Act 1 and never get to the other stuff. So it just depends on how I feel, what I feel like working on. As for reading, I've just been really having a hard time, honestly, getting into another book. I'm trying to remember what the last book I told you guys I read. I'm still working on Anatomy of Story. I just have a lot of issues. I know Lindsay, my friend Lindsay, I know she loves that book. I definitely get a lot of like ideas. I feel like it's the exact opposite of Save the Cat. Save the Cat gives you like an outline, and Anatomy of Story tells you literally what to do in every single section, and that I don't know if I like as much, because I feel like Save the Cat is more like how I work, where like I'm an outliner, but I'm not like in the detail outliner. I'm just like a general outliner. And I feel like I feel like in Anatomy of a Story, he's like telling me what to do, like for every single thing. And I just, while I agree with some of like the overarching ideas that he has, he's literally saying like, you have to do it like this. And I don't like that. I don't know. Some of it just does not work for me. I'll give a full review on that if I ever finish that freaking book. But I'm trying to look at what was the last book I read that we talked about. Tweet Cute, right? I talked about that. Loved it. 5 stars. I just think it's cute, easy read, but since then I have not been able to get into a book. I've started several. Nothing wrong with any of the books that I've started. Just, I'm kind of like that sometimes. I have a hard time getting into a beginning of a book. It takes me about 1/3 of the way until I'm really committed. So I tend to do this a lot, unless it's like a really just grab me from the very beginning, which rarely happens. There's only certain authors that do that. And in fact, one of those is two of those are people I'm reading right now that typically their books grab me from the beginning and they're just not. So maybe it's a me thing. But usually I read a couple of books until I get to 1/3 of the way of each of them. And then one of them is like pulling me and that's what I finish reading. So this is typical of me. So I'm currently reading Yes, No, Maybe So by Becky, who's an auto read for me. I usually can read her stuff in 24 hours. But this one is just not pulling me. And then Of Curses and Kisses by Sandhya Menon, who also her books usually I read within 24 hours. And I've been having a hard time getting into that one. I feel like there was another one that I did, but Scribd might have throttled me on it. So let me see. Oh yeah, I did start a little bit of Sadie. I'm throttled now on that one, so I can't read it right now. But it was a cool premise. I just couldn't get into that as well. And then I've been kind of going back a little bit to Rebel, which is the 4th in the Legend series by Marie Lu. This one's very troublesome for me because I loved the trilogy. Like, it's literally one of my all-time favorite. I love Day and June. I just love them. I'm having a hard time getting into Rebel, the 4th book. I think part of it is the reader on Scribd. He just is not how I imagine the character. And I feel like that might be why I'm having a hard time getting into it. I'm not sure. I don't know yet. But yeah, so I'm just not really, none of those books are really pulling me just yet. So I'm kind of just listening to a little bit of each of those. Yeah, so I guess that's the update. I'll try not to go so long with updating, but I've kind of gotten out of the vlogging game, and so I just don't always think or remember, or a lot of times I get home from work and I just take off all my clothes and lay in my bed, or I'm on my couch and then I'm like, I can't film like this, nobody wants to see that. So yeah, but yeah, so I'm gonna start typing up some of these changes I think into the 3rd doc today. So I also keep not looking at the camera. I don't know, I just don't feel well. I'm sure you can tell by my voice and the fact that I can't breathe out of my nose. So yeah, that's what I'm working on. That's my update for today, the 18th. And yeah, stay tuned to see what new stuff may come. Hey guys, it's time for another update for the vlog. What is today? Today's Saturday, February 22nd. I'm just getting over a cold, so I haven't been writing as much, but I have been writing, you guys. A lot of it's been like at work or like super late at night, so it's not like a time that I can vlog. I don't have a lot of time to myself these days. A lot of stuff going on in the personal life that I just really don't even feel like getting into. It's just boring. It's just boring stuff that nobody cares about, but a lot of stuff's going on. So needless to say, it's slow going, but it's going. I'm out of the funk for the most part of the writing. I'm really like jazzed about my book again. It's so exciting to be like excited by writing again instead of like anxiety ridden. So I'm really excited about that. Now it's just about finding like the time and also like the creative like energy. And I know that like I just watched Alexa Dunn's video today about making habits so that you're not always just waiting for the muse to whisper in your ear. But yeah, I just have a lot going on, but we all do, so I'm working on it. And so kind of what I've been doing is, as I explained in my last video, I'm oscillating back and forth between version 2 and version 3. So I kind of like doing that. I've never done something like this before where I'm working between versions, and I've certainly never worked like out of sequence, which this is kind of out of sequence because I'm working on Act 1 in version 3, but also Act 2 in version 2. So it's like sort of weird, but it actually works for me because it's like, okay, if I don't feel like working on this scene, I can go back to this one. Do you know what I'm saying? So like that's helping me not have to work linearly and be able to jump around and stay productive without it like making my head hurt for feeling like I'm going out of sequence. I'm kind of a weird chick, okay? So anyway, that's what I've been doing, and I feel really good about, feel really good about both. I've added some like really new stuff that I'm kind of like, I like it, but like I still need to like let it marinate a little bit, so I can only do little parts at a time because it's like new stuff. Which again, version 2 is more like revising and adding some new stuff too. I feel really good about the last like section that I did, not last night, but the night before, right before bed. I only, you know, it was only about 2 paragraphs worth, or like, it's hard to say like paragraphs because there's like dialogue and stuff, but I don't know. I spent about 30 minutes working on like a section that's like this big, whatever that is. And even though it wasn't like a ton of work, it was like good. Like I really like what I came up with. I really thought about it. And I'm starting to realize that another reason why I think I need like pure quiet and actually like to be by myself when I work is that I feel like I work better when I can, this is gonna make me sound so weird, you guys. I'm not even kidding. I am a weird chick, okay? I have to kind of like, especially dialogue, I gotta kind of hear it. Like, I have to kind of role play it. I don't always say it out loud, but I need to like make it role play in my head, or sometimes if I am alone, like I'll say it out loud. Like, how would this sound? How would this person say it? How would someone respond? I can't just like go like with a dialogue, you know, like I can for like a first draft. When I'm revising it, I really got to think about what sounds natural, what people would actually say, how they would say it. I'm like one of the people who is obsessed like to a degree that it annoys people. I think so much. I think it's because of my background with being a teacher and being a presenter and really the emphasis on language. I really nitpick how I word things. I care a lot about how I say it, how it's perceived, the cadence. I'm that kind of person who, instead of texting you, you know, 3 sentences, I'm gonna, you know, in one text, it's gonna come in like 12 texts because I need you to know how I'm saying what I'm saying. Like, I need there to be a dramatic pause here and the cadence of it here where you are thinking about this. You know what I'm saying? I know, like I said, I'm kind of a weird chick, but like I think about these things a lot. So when I'm in revision, it's so much slower because I'm really thinking about how would they say it? How would that come off? What is the tone? How can I convey the tone? You know, that kind of stuff. So in other news, in terms of writing, I feel like I've mentioned, I need something to drink, y'all. Oh my goodness. All this talking. Look at this like long Diet Pepsi. Got it at Sam's Club. Diet Pepsi does not sponsor me, but y'all, call me. Sponsor me. All right, so look at this. Look how seamless this is, like a commercial like. Right? Okay, anyway, sorry, I'm being weird. I had an idea for a middle grade. It started out as an adult story when I used to write adult fiction in a different life, when I was an undergrad. So many moons ago, we'd say about over a decade. And then I was like, you know what? It doesn't quite work as an adult book, but I think it would work as a middle grade, which sounds like, what? How could an adult book work? It's actually the character, right? Like, it's like a family dynamic, if you will. It's hard to say without ruining it, but I was gonna try to like work it into an adult story, and it doesn't. So I was like, you know, but I think it would work really well as a middle grade for like a young story. But I didn't quite have the story. I just had like this premise of like these characters, right? And like this family dynamic. And so I've just kind of been holding on to that for like a really long time, and different ideas have come and gone about it, but none have really stuck. But I know that this premise is so good, like this, I mean, not to toot my own horn or anything, but I think it's really compelling and interesting, and I would love to explore it in a story, this family dynamic. But like I just couldn't come up with the right story, and I've recently started to think about it again, and then yesterday and the day before I started developing a few ideas for it. Not full-fledged yet, but basically the story, you have like characters, you have the problem, and then you have like the story of like how they go about trying to fix the problem. So all I had was the characters. Now I started getting some ideas about the problem. Khaleesi is tired of hearing me talk about this. So I came home yesterday, talked to Aaron for a while about the problem that I was thinking. He helped me work out some kinks of it, and I really like solidified what the problem is for the book. So it's like part of the plot, or like what's gonna catalyze the plot. So now I gotta think about the plot, like the crux of the story, the sort of premise, like the promise of the premise is like what sort of hijinks, what kind of story is going to happen to try to fix this problem. So I'm still working on that, but I'm very excited that I'm moving forward with this idea, because it is really something, this character in this family has been with me for so long, and I just couldn't find the right story, and I think I'm finally like going in the right direction for that. So very excited about that. On the reading front, it's very slow. I keep trying to go back into, I'm currently kind of oscillating between Of Curses and Kisses by Sandhya Menon, and then Yes, No, Maybe So with Becky Albertalli and Aisha Saeed. They're like my favorite contemporary writers, Becky, and basically right now my favorite contemporary writers, contemporary YA, because that's what I'm writing, so I like to read what I'm writing, is Becky Albertalli, Sandhya Menon, and also Karen McManus. So, but I'm just having a hard time getting into the books. I don't think it has anything to do with the books. I think it's me. It's not them. It's me. So I've just been kind of like, I'll listen to like a few pages from one and then a few pages from the other, and then that's like it. So, but I am still trudging my way. This book has seen a lot of days, people. It's gotten wet. It's gotten all messed up. But yeah, so I'm still working on this. Wow, this has been like a long entry. So this is probably gonna take up most of the vlog, but that's because I keep getting aside. I'm still chugging away at this, but I just don't love it, guys. I don't love it. I think it has some good tips. I know my girl Lindsay is a staunch supporter of this. I would love to have a discussion with her about it once I'm done. Not in a sort of like contentious way, but like I'd love to see her point of view. I also just miss talking to people about intellectual stuff like craft, you know. I miss school. But anyway, so I've made lots of notes. What I'm planning to do is once I'm done reading, I'm gonna type up my notes. I like to have typed up notes. I don't know, again, weird chick, I'm a nerd. What can I say? I think there's good stuff in here, but I just think it's too specific. It's too specific. It's too like, this is a formula you have to do. You have to have this character. It has to do this thing. And I don't know. It feels way, like, just not for me. But I'm going to keep reading because there are, like, really helpful things in here that has really affected the way I think about things. And especially in terms of my own book. So it's not, like, pointless or anything. But as of right now, I don't know. I don't like his tude either. Like, his tone, his sort of narrative voice, I'm just not loving. So there's that. But yeah, so that's my update, my reading and writing update as of Saturday, February 22nd. Hey guys, just here to update you. The TV in the other room is super loud. You can probably hear it. Got this ugly curtain that we just keep meaning to take down and just haven't. What else can I complain about in this shot? Oh, the store did not have my foundation color anymore. Devastated. So I got the same in 2 different colors to see if one of those would work. Yeah, I'm not thinking this one works, because now that I'm seeing myself, it looked okay like in my mirror, but now that I'm seeing myself in the camera, my face looks way like orangey yellow than my other foundation. So I don't know, comment below. I don't think I should use it anymore. What do you guys think? Ugh. Okay, anyway, now that I've got all my complaining out of the way and all the disclaimers for all the horrible things happening in this video, I just want to update you. So in terms of writing, I only was able to get a little bit done in version 2. And now my dishwasher is also going to be loud, so always something going on. Anyway, I've also been reading a lot. So I don't remember what page I told you guys I was on before when I was reading last time. But I'm on page 99 now. I read quite a bit, I guess. Oh yeah, I was at 67, so I'm at 99. So part of that is because on this, my video for this should go out before you see this, so this is not going to spoil anything. I'm actually going to be starting a book club where we read craft books, and this is going to be the first book. So yeah, so I'm trying to make my way through this. I definitely want to get some more writing done soon. I am going to do my live show tomorrow, even though I canceled it last week because I have an ear infection. Still have the ear infection, but I need to get some writing done. I think I hear a dog at the door. Hey guys, happy leap day. It is February 29th, and kind of talk a little quiet because Aaron's sleeping, but it's February 29th and today is the last day of February, so it'll be the last day of this vlog. It wasn't the most exciting vlog probably. I'm still trying to get into the habit, plus I've been sick. Cue cough. So yeah, but I have been diligently working mostly this week on my lunches. I've just been reading more. What, you can't have a Laura video without a snort from Fox. I've been reading mostly from Anatomy of Story, but I did have my live chat on Thursday, which I should have vlogged that. Again, I'm still trying to get into the groove of vlogging, but that only lasted an hour because there were like some technical difficulties. So we were only able to do like one writing sprint that I was actually able to write, and the other one I was trying to like figure out the technical stuff. So my plan today is to try to get as much done as I can today so I can kind of like say that I got a lot done in February. I'm still in the fun and games, and that's going to be a while. There's a lot of scenes in the fun and games, so I'm just chucking my way through. So that's what I'm going to work on today, and I'll update you, and I'll have a final update at the end of the night, but I'll try to update you in the middle as well. So stay tuned to see what happens. Hey guys, so I said, oh, I'll update you throughout the day, and then that didn't happen. So this is officially March 1st, so I'm going to end my first monthly reading and writing vlog, which did not go well. I got really out of the habit of vlogging. I have a lot of chaos happening in my house at the moment. In-laws are selling their house, so they've been bringing some stuff to our house. They've been staying here some nights. We are trying to move back to California by the end of the year, so we're also going through stuff like, what can we pack now? Like, I don't know. You don't care about my boring story. What I'm trying to say is it's very chaotic, so sometimes it's hard to film, but I am going to try really, really hard to do better in March, because I actually do like doing these. They're fun. Like, I just, you know, I was so much better at YouTube when I lived in California because I had my own quiet little life and everything was going well. It was not chaotic. And then we moved to North Carolina and everything went to shit, and it's horrible and I hate it. And yeah, so it's made it really hard. So I can't wait to get back to California, to get back to my old self and my way of life that I was enjoying there for many, many years. So anyway, long story short, I did not update you. So let me just update you now on how the last day went. I did not get as far as I'd like in writing. I got kind of stuck in like a dialogue space, which just happens to me sometimes, and I just have to walk away from it. I can't push through, I can't go back. I have to like let it marinate. That's just how I work. So I just need to think about it. I need to step away from the writing, and so I plan to get back to it today. That'll be in the new March vlog that I'm gonna start in just a little bit. But yeah, so that's all I really got done with that. I did read more in Anatomy of Story. I finished through the moral argument chapter, which I think is my least favorite and the one that I find the most problematic. Not that I think he's wrong. I don't want to give too much away. The moral argument issue, ooh, I just hit my camera, shaky, shaky. I don't think every book has to follow that formula, but I do think all the great films do, if that makes sense. So yeah, we'll talk about it more. But so I got to like page 145 is what I'm on now. It's chapter 6. So we'll see how much I should get this done by the end of the month, because in March, because our talk is on April 5th. Okay, so that was it for February 29th, the last day of the month. Now a recap for the month. I've read a good amount, I would say maybe close to like maybe 80 pages in this book, so not bad. I wrote, I mean, I don't know, I can't do a word count on writing, but I did like one and a half scenes in version 3 of my book, and I've done only 2.5 scenes in my version 2. Now that I'm saying it out loud, I did not do as well as I should. So March is going to be a better month for me. And then in terms of books, this was also a slump month for me. So I guess the only book I finished in the month of February was Tweet Cute, and it was really, really good, and I really, really liked it. It's super cute. It's a rom-com. It involves like Twitter wars, and I don't know, it was super cute and I liked it a lot, so I highly recommend it. But I did make it partially through Of Curses and Kisses by Sandhya Menon and Yes, No, Maybe So by Becky Albertalli. Hopefully I'll finish both of those in March, so you'll have to watch my March vlog to see if I do. It was not as productive as I'd like, but I'm really hoping to I'm getting kind of back into the swing of the vlog, so I hope to have more entries and get more work done, and I hope you'll join the book club. So yeah, I'm gonna actually, for a small amount of time here, I'm gonna have the house to myself, so I'm gonna try to get some writing done, and I need to start the March vlog. So thank you guys as always for watching. Please be sure to like, subscribe, tell your friends about my channel. I'm trying to get to that 1K so I can get a community page, but yeah, all the small things in life that we try for. And also, I'd love to hear how your month of February went. Please comment down below. Let me know, what books did you read? How much writing did you get done? How productive were you in the world of reading and writing? And I will see you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!